Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. You can't even tell, but we're on the water right now. We've already made a great big run. It is a foggy morning, but we're headed out on one of the best bites of the year. I checked our forecast last night and it was calling for cloudy conditions. The fog, now that's a surprise. But the reason I came out early today is the shad spawn. The shad spawn is a short period of time right after the bass spawn where the shad get up shallow to do their thing and the bass ambush them. An overcast day will extend the period out where we might get a few hours of shad spawn. And that's what I'm hoping. We've got everything from a spinnerbait, chatterbait, underspin, crankbaits, you name it, top water. This is one of those bites that you don't want to miss. Got the first one. First one. It's on that Elite Evo Mini Max. I'm being a little quiet because out here in the fog, wouldn't you know it, there's another boat right next to me, but hopefully that's the start of something. Gotta get a popper out here. Where's it at? There it is. Got him. That was awesome. So the goal today with the shad spawn is the shad come up spawning, the bass school on them. It's not just one bass here or one bass there. It's a school. And man, when they do, it can be so much fun. That's that Nomad Chug Norris. When you're trying to distract him from a school of shad, that bait makes a lot of commotion. Got him. I'm not even gonna stop the camera. Let's let it roll. We're throwing that popper. Look at him chasing all over the place. Oh, he came off. I fouled it up, but there is definitely a school of them. We are going to get some bites today. It's awesome. Got him. Oh, I've got a boat coming in right behind me. It's all right. That was the very next cast. Let's keep it going. The shad spawn, at least where I live here on the Tennessee River, I catch a lot of these bucks. So what happens is the fish go up and they spawn, and then these males, they come out to these shallower, I'm gonna keep casting while I'm talking, these shallower hard spots. That's where the shad do their spawn. Oh, jeez. Got him. That's where the shad spawn. And these post-spawn fish will congregate and wait for those shad. But I catch a lot more of the like smaller buck males than I do females, but who cares when they're right in top water on every cast? Unreal. All right, let's see if we can catch him on something else. I lost him. Stepped over to the Giant Dog X, one of my favorite walking baits. We got a solid fish. Nice. Oh, it's a better one. That's a nice fish right there. There we go. So with the popper, we were getting bit on every single cast. When I went to the Giant Dog X, We're only getting bit every couple of casts, every few casts, but they're definitely a better quality this morning. Isn't that interesting? I'm not playing that game. This is not ending with a hook in me. So again, guys, the concept here. The shad spawn when the water gets into the high 60s, just like the bass do in the low 60s. They move up in big groups and they spawn during the night into the early morning hours, and the bass will just absolutely ambush them, chase them around, especially at first light. And that's why we got up so early today to take advantage of this. We were out here, I ran up the lake in pitch dark fog just so that we would be positioned when this starts. And caught the first one on a chatterbait on that new Evo Mini Max with a 4-inch spunk shad on the back. Then everything else has been on top water, but we've got underspins and spinner baits and crankbaits. It's all reaction. It is such a fun bite window. No worries.
I'm not going to interfere with you.
It's all good.
I gotta ask you though, what are you using?
Top water.
Top water?
Yes, sir.
I had one on over this morning, top water. That was it.
You know, this isn't my first stop this morning. I started fishing in the dark.
Oh, did you?
It definitely took a minute to get into a group of them, but there's a group of them here.
This is our first time on the lake. We came back from West Virginia.
No kidding, all the way down from West Virginia.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, you did a good job of showing up on a really good spot.
We stayed right over around the corner right there.
Okay.
Running clear down to the other end of the lake.
Okay. Got it. Get it. There he is. Here they are blowing up. Right there. Got him. Gosh, that's fun. There are a lot of fun ways to catch bass throughout the year. There really are. But I'll tell you, the shad spawn, it's a short window. And that's why it's not something we do non-stop. It doesn't go on all the time. But during its window, when the bass are chasing after these things, it is one of the most fun ways to fish there is. It's incredible how many you can catch, how fast you can catch them, and you're catching them really fun ways. You know, Adam Hinkle, one of the guys in our, oh, missed him, got him, in the Tactical family. He did a shad spawn video for you guys a few weeks ago, because the timing is a little different out there in Southern California where he lives. He's way ahead of us. But he was talking all about how he catches them. It's very similar. He gave some great tips in that video, so I'll link that one. In the video description of this video, I'll link the baits that I'm catching. Whoop. I'll link the baits that I'm catching them on, the exact gear that I'm using, because I've got an excellent hookup to land ratio. That's because of the gear. I'll link all that stuff for you. I'll also link Adam's shad spawn video, because he had some great in-depth knowledge in that one as well. But for now, let's keep catching them. Switched over to our underspin tactical mini, the 3.5-inch swammer. That was the first cast. Got him. Underspin fish. Let's keep it alive. Better one. What do you guys think? Can we keep it going? Can we get one on the next cast? Bait's good. Let's find out. I'm willing to keep going if you are. Let's get that bait straightened up. Ready? Oh, missed him. Missed him. I blew it. Oh, he pulled the bait down. All right, 2 casts without one, right as that sun is starting to creep. I think we need to go back to top water. See if we can still fire them up. That sun, that's the killer of the shad spawn window. Come on, fish. So I went back to this Nomad. This is that Chug Norris. You'll notice I'm hitting it way harder than I would hit a normal popper. I'm chugging it. The idea is to create so much commotion that I get their attention, because these fish are after schools of shad. It's very hard to distract them. That's what makes that bait right there special, the ability to really chug it and throw a lot of water. Oh, missed him. Look, and I fired him up. They're chasing now. Come on, come on. All right, let's try it again. Oh, got it. It worked. So when I'm chugging this thing, it almost sounds identical to the sound they make when they're blowing up. And part of me thinks that's what it is. During this bite window, I'm simulating the sound that they're attacking. To my ear, I don't know if that's what the fish hear, but to my ear, that's what it sounds like. And I wonder if they get into like a don't want to be left out sort of a craze, and that's why they attack. But it definitely works really well during this bite window. Got him. Here we are on a shad spawn. I haven't even picked up the spinnerbait yet. This is one of my favorite ways to get them when this is going on. You know, just personal preference. I love spinnerbait fishing. So anytime they'll eat it, I like to throw it. See if I can sling that around for a minute. I got one bulging the spinnerbait. You know what that means? That means you take that spinnerbait, you fish it so fast that it's pushing against the surface. It almost looks like a buzzbait. It's just below surface, going just as fast as you can go. They hammer it. Got it. I was worried that sun had stopped us. Been about 10 minutes without a bite, but here he is. Back on the Giant Dog X. Yeah. Little fat guy. Look at the belly on this short, stumpy one. He's gonna grow up to be big. All right, it is a whopping 8 o'clock in the morning now, but we have massacred them. There's no way around it. We caught a lot of fish in a very short period of time. And I may catch a few more here right after we stop, but I wanted to sit down and take a minute and just explain sort of what's going on. The part that will, oh my gosh, the part that will help you guys, hang on. Can I get him? They went left, I went right. I guess I better keep this rod in my hand, huh? I'm just trying to take a break, fish. So seriously, so far you've watched me just pound on them, but that's not necessarily helpful to you. So I wanted to explain the deal. This typically starts when the water gets into the high 60s, like 67, 68. I've seen it last as short as a week, but it could last, depending on where you are in the country, it can go weeks, like 3+ weeks. So if that describes where you're at right now, get out there on the water. Everything that I'm gonna throw top water, obnoxious baits, lipless crankbait, a loud square bill, the spinnerbait, the chatterbait, the underspin is a major one. These fish are willing to blow up on top today. Some days I get out here, they won't touch the surface, and a spinnerbait and an underspin are the deal. The value of those baits is that blade. Where's that underspin? It's in the blade. It's not in the swim bait. So the swim bait and the head, they create a profile, right? They look like a shad. But that blade churning, so the extra vibration and the extra flash, that creates the distraction that will lure them away from schools of shad. When it's a bass after a single bait fish, a bear swim bait does an excellent job of giving you a 50-50 chance of catching them, right? They might eat you, they might eat the real thing. But when they're on a school of the real thing, it takes something more to get them to look away. And that more is that blade. That is critical. I heard him, where's he at? That blade is the difference maker, okay? Now, where do you do this? This always happens on hard bottom. The only time I've ever been on a lake where I found it on something other than hard bottom was Clear Lake in Northern California, where they were on the upper end of the lake, water was high, there is no hard bottom, there's no shoreline. And they would do it up against the densest of the tule walls, which they would treat like a hard bottom. So what you're looking for is either sand or rock, hard bottom without grass on it. That's the ideal place. If that doesn't exist, the next hardest thing will do. But that's where those shad will want to get up and churn and do their spawn. So that in turn, look at them blowing right there. That in turn is where the bass, oh, missed him. That in turn is where the bass are going to be, obviously. And then after that, it's just running and gunning. This was actually our third stop this morning, and I love this pattern. We're on my home lake. I do this every year when it comes along, and I still didn't land on them on the first stop. So don't be afraid to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, waiting to run into them, because when you run into them, this is the same advice I just gave to those gentlemen from West Virginia that motored by here. When you run into them, it's like what you guys just witnessed. It's every cast. This is not a maybe they're here, maybe they're not. You're either on them or it's zero, and there's no in between. And this bite does not last all day. It is a low light morning opportunity. Cloud cover will stretch it out. If the clouds blot out that sun, I could stretch this all the way until maybe 11 in the morning. But on a sunny morning, it starts wrapping up about now. I mean, you can still catch some, but it's not hot and heavy like it was early. That's the game. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap this one up. I've already had a blast. I'll probably catch a few more just for fun, but you're just gonna see the same thing on repeat. Maybe I'll add a few more, we'll see. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. In the video description, I'll link the exact baits, my favorite colors, the weights, rods, reels, line, all that stuff, because what I use is critical. I use it for very specific reasons. You notice not a single fish on that Giant Dog X came off. That's 2 treble hooks with fish jumping. They should come off, but they don't, because my gear is right. I'm able to cast incredible distances because I use that metanium. Now, that is a very pricey reel, so I'll probably offer up like a budget topwater combo as well that will give you really good action and really good distance for a more affordable price also, in addition to what I'm using, because I am using really high-end gear. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.